Hey everybody, it's time for another episode of The Final Boss Might Take a While, where I summarize the whole story right up until the ending while I'm fighting the final boss. There was a pretty decent amount of story in this game, so let's get right to it. So Dante is fighting in the Third Crusade. He has the job of being a prison guard, and at the beginning of the game he picks up an axe and starts to slay the prisoners who have gotten free of their cells. Somewhere in there he gets stabbed in the back by a random dude, and right as he's dying, Death comes up and tells him he's going to hell because he's a jackass and he killed a whole bunch of people. But Dante's like, there's a clerical error because the Catholic priest told us that we're absolved of all our sins, so we can commit as many sins as we want. So I'm a good guy on paper. Check my resume. Then Death was like, what the fuck are you talking about? We don't make clerical errors in hell. And they fight. Somehow Dante beats Death. Like, literally, he takes Death's scythe and shoves it down Death's throat while he's whining like a little bitch. So not only has Dante defeated Death, but he is now the proud owner of a magical weapon. So then Dante goes back home to his wife Beatrice to find her and his father assassinated. When he checks on Beatrice, her soul comes out, happy to see him back. But that is short-lived because the devil comes and takes Beatrice away. So now Dante has to take Death's scythe and the Holy Virgin Promissory Cross that Beatrice gave him and go to hell to save his wife. Now, hell is a horrible place that has 9 circular levels, and Dante has to go through them to rescue his beloved Beatrice. With his trusty poet ethereal guide Virgil, Dante goes to the first level of hell, Limbo, and runs into King Minos, who judges what level of hell people will reside by smelling their sins. King Minos sniffs Dante and says, "Damn, you're an asshole." And Dante says, "You see, there's a clerical error and I was absolved of all my sins by a priest, so I'm a good guy now. So if you would kindly show me to where my wife is, I would like to just rescue her from the devil and be on my way." When the judge of the dead is not convinced there's a clerical error in his nose, Dante has to fight him and kills him as well so that he can pass into the next level of hell without being judged. Sort of. In the next level, Lust, Lucifer, with Beatrice, confronts Dante about the promise of celibacy he's made to Beatrice and how he broke that promise for some prisoner Poontang. Not only that, but it was Poontang payment for the freedom of this woman's brother. So Dante, with all his business out in the street, looks at Beatrice and says, "I can explain. You see, there was a clerical error." Anyway, he goes through the Circle of Lust and defeats Cleopatra and Mark Antony. Cleopatra had aborted babies coming out of her nipples. Ugh. For me, that was the grossest thing in the game. In the third level, Gluttony, it is revealed that the brother that Dante freed is actually the woman's husband. And upon being freed, the husband made a beeline straight to Dante's house to kill his father and his wife. In the fourth level, Greed, Dante is informed about what a douchebag his father is, and how he was about to rape Beatrice before they were interrupted by the husband who killed both of them. That's just messed up, man. Anyway, Dante has to kill a really deformed version of his father and absolve him into heaven, in which, I mean, why? Anyway, at the end of the fifth level, Anger, Beatrice, being taken by surprise of Dante's blatant lying, eats the forbidden fruit, which apparently is a pomegranate, and gives herself to the devil, which is taking it a little too hard, I think. In the seventh circle, violence, I'm skipping over the circles that had no real story. Dante goes into the Wood of Suicides and runs into his mom, whom Dante was told died of a sickness, but she in fact killed herself because she was too afraid to face Dante's dad. So Dante absolved her, which makes a little bit more sense, and moves on to the Abominable Sands. That's where he runs into Beatrice's brother, a comrade-in-arms named Francesco, who sacrificed his life when Dante committed the atrocity of killing a whole bunch of people for not being the same religion as he was. Apparently, the king thought that wasn't very cool for diplomacy and had to sacrifice somebody. Francesco took the blame to save his sister's husband. After all of that, Dante goes to the 8th circle, Fraud, where a newly crowned Beatrice put him through 10 trials for being a douchebag and cheating on her, which is just about what you'd expect. After the 10 trials, Dante finally admits that he's a douchebag and apologizes and repents for his sins, because that's really all you need to do according to Christianity. Dante thought his hookup with the Catholic priest was some sort of spiritual get-out-of-jail-free card that freed him from being a douchebag without repenting. But you can't blame him with the sort of family and support that he had, am I right? After he says that, Beatrice is freed and the angel from heaven comes down to bring her upward. Now all that's left is for Dante to face the 9th level of hell and the boss of the game, Lucifer. And that's where we are now. Yep. Lucifer and his big old cock. Enjoy the ending, everybody. Shit just got real. Superhero landing. Damn,
I've waited eternity for this emancipation.
All right.
You are the best, Dante. Many have tried and many have failed me. Brave Ulysses, the great Alexander, Attila, Lancelot. Only
Lancelot
you possessed a soul black enough to free me.
Oh, there's the penis.
I gave my soul to free Beatrice, not you.
Did you really think this was all about the girl? She was the bait!
Her soul is free now. Only you and I remain.
Come for me, holy warrior! Come! Fulfill your destiny!
Thank you.
You dare assault me!
Finally.
You, who have done far worse than I. I stood for my fellow angels, for reason and justice. And then he made you in his image. You, the flawed creation. And I was to bow down to you. My gratitude for breaking the chains of Judecca. You dolt! Behold your ruin, and witness my escape into the kingdom of purgatory and paradise!
Finally! Woo!
Wait! There's just one last minor detail with which I ought to make you familiar.
It can't be.
You're dead, Dante. You can't go anywhere. Not a single soul may leave this place.
That's
It
nice
is
to know.
forbidden by him. I am so sick of you. I will reclaim my rightful place in paradise. My path will be paved with the sins of man, and yours, Dante, shall be the bedrock of my return. And all that is good shall be gone from the universe forever!
Not yet. I have collected many souls on this pilgrimage. Souls that I have freed from this inferno. And together, they now possess the power to free me. Father, mother, brothers, absolve me!
This power, Dante, we can use it together. You and I, friend. Just think what we could achieve.
I would rather not.
Dante, I can reunite you with Beatrice. Together, we will rule the three kingdoms of the afterlife.
It's not going to happen.
That sucks. For the devil.
Dante.
She's still got that stuff on her chest.
I did not die, and I did not live.
And it was never continued.